Alright guys, Comic Book Steve here again with another haul. I got a pretty nice stack of books here from MyComicShop.com. What I had done is I traded in a bunch of hardcovers and trades that I'm not really interested in anymore. Uh, I go through, you know, different times in my collection where I'll collect single issues for a long time, and then I started not really seeing any value in that, so then I started collecting a lot of. As I got new issues, I would immediately trade them in to my comic shop, and then I would get hardcovers. But then I got really tired of moving around with them, so then I decided to start trading them all in. I traded a bunch in years ago, not years ago. Well, I guess at this point, years ago. Uh, and I got some credit, and I got some good stuff from it. And then I did it again recently, like a few weeks ago. I had a bunch of hardcovers and trades that I decided I wanted to part with. Decided to get some good credit on my comic shop since they were offering me a decent price. Um, I mean, the credit I got for them wasn't quite what I paid for them, but I wasn't gonna do anything with them anyway. So I feel like it was a win-win situation. So I got a big old stack of about 30 or more books that I just got today from my comic shop with all the credit that I used, which was like almost 300 bucks in credit. So I got a bunch of issues that I've been trying to get for a while. And yeah, so let's get started here. This is one that I forgot to show last haul. This is Doctor Who magazine number 135. This is I don't like Doctor Who, but this is a early appearance of Death's Head. This is when he first appeared in Transformers. He was Transformer size, and then when he goes into the regular Marvel UK universe, he's shrunk down to human size. This is the issue where he gets shrunk down to human size. He gets shrunk down by Doctor Who, which is really bizarre, but yeah, so I wanted to grab this. It was really cheap on eBay. It was like $3, so cool to have. I'm on a big Death's Head kick lately, and you'll see more of that later. This is not part of the my comic shop haul that I got. This is just a new book that came out this week. New Avengers 29, part of the Secret Wars Time Runs Out lead up. Uh, it's a good book. The thing that's been aggravating me about these Time Runs Out books is that the last few, the covers don't really reflect what goes on inside. This one barely does. It really, I don't want to spoil anything, but I guess it could be when you find out more about what happened to Hank Pym, maybe it'll make sense, but it doesn't happen in this book, and there's no reference to what the cover in this book. So I'm getting a little frustrated with that. But otherwise, it's pretty cool. And then we got Spider-Man 2099 number 8 as part of Spider-Verse. Don't know if I'm going to continue this book. I like it, but I don't know if I'm going to continue it after Spider-Verse. Just trying to cut down my pull list a little bit, but it's still cool. Uh, I think this is a hot book now. Fantastic Four 642. Don't really know why, but I wasn't planning on picking it up, but I saw the variant issue for cover price, so I figured why not. So yeah, that's about that. Now we're getting into the My Comic Shop haul. This is Sword number 1. It came out a few years back. It also conveniently stars Death's Head, a more modern appearance of him. But I really got this because I'm trying to get early appearances of Sword. I just have a feeling that since, and correct me if I'm wrong, Abigail Brand and Sword, this is Abigail Brand, was created by Joss Whedon. Joss Whedon he's a big part of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, even though he might not direct Avengers 3 and 4. He still plans on being a part of it. So I could see him throwing in a hat like, hey, why don't we bring, Sword into it, or Abigail Brand, or someone. Again, just because she appears in the movies doesn't mean this book's going to take off or anything, but I just think it's a little interesting thing to hold on to. Clearly, you're not gonna, if they do bring them into the movie, you're not gonna have Beast, you're not gonna have Lockheed, and don't know who the hell that is, but you're probably not gonna have them. But you could probably say you'd have Abigail Brand. Actually, you know what? Now that I'm thinking about it, I don't know where the rights would lie for this one. Since they appeared in X-Men, does that mean that they are considered X-Men characters, or since they're part of a larger Universal organization, or are they owned by Marvel to use in the cinematic universe? I don't know. So I might have debunked my own theory just there. But either way, still cool to have early first issue of I would say an important organization in Marvel. And then we got Spider-Man Noir, the second miniseries. This is a variant issue. It's #1. Pretty cheap. I think I paid $2 of my credit for this. And Alpha Flight #33, first appearance of Deathstrike. Good to have, cheap book. Amazing Spider-Man Ashcan edition. Fun, interesting little book by. I mean, it was a weird fad they had going on, creating Ashcan editions back in the 90s. I never had this one before, so I thought it'd be fun to grab. Wasn't expensive, maybe like $1. Amazing Spider-Man 101, the second print. I don't see this very often in the wild. Actually, I haven't seen it in the wild in a long time. Doesn't mean it's rare, just I haven't seen it. So I thought I'd pick it up while I could. You can tell I haven't taken any of these out of their MyComicShop bags. They still have the barcode up there. But yeah, I love these second prints where they change like the background to silver. Some of them in the 90s they did silver, some of them were gold, but I really like that second print aesthetic, or that second print look where they added like the silver and gold to the back. Wish they would continue with that, but yeah, cool to have. And this is Captain Marvel #1. This was $5.50. I consider that pretty cheap, considering that she's getting her own movie soon. I had the second print of this. I passed up on getting the first print, so I was glad to pick up the first print for a pretty decent price. I mean, the cover price is only $3, so $2 over cover price, not too bad. Really happy about this one. Miss Marvel #1, the variant edition, the sketch variant edition. Love Arthur Adams, first of all, the artist. Really enjoy Miss Marvel. And I have the regular cover of this, but if you've seen my other videos, I have a little ding up here that it was my fault from when I was opening the package I got it in. So I always said I wanted to get a new copy of that. This isn't the same cover, obviously, but it's a variant. I think that's even cooler in my book. Arthur Adams sketch variant. Pretty nice. Really glad to have that. Really awesome looking copy too. They had it at a, you can see up there, they marked it at an 8.5. I'm not a grader, but I think they grade pretty harsh on their books. I would put it more like a 9. I don't know. Like I said, I'm not a grader, but it looks really awesome to me, so I'm happy. Then this one, this one is I love the cover, by the way. The homage to Secret Wars #1, only with the Ultimate characters. But this I started looking at this one because they announced the Marvel May solicitations, or was it April? Might have been April. But anyway, the recent solicitations they announced, they had a trade in there for like a prelude to Secret Wars with some random books in it. And this was one of them. Ultimate Comics Ultimates #4, for some reason, is part of the prelude to Secret Wars. I don't really know why, so while I still had some credit, I took a look at this one, and I saw that it had a variant cover. That's pretty awesome, so I was like, sure, I'll grab it. So I think that's interesting that this is considered a prelude of sorts to Secret Wars, and it has like a Secret Wars homage variant, so maybe they did plan it that far back. I did not know. But yeah, very cool cover. They could have picked a better artist, probably. but still pretty awesome. And then this was another one that was in that trade, the prelude to Secret Wars, the original Secret Wars number 12. I didn't have this one yet, so thought I'd grab it while I could. Not sure what the link between all of these is gonna be, but still pretty cool to have. This was another one that was in that trade, or solicited in that trade. Fantastic Four 611 from the Hickman run. They had two covers of this. I picked the variant one that has Spider-Man in it, because guess what? I like Spider-Man. Yeah, so we have cool to have. And then I picked up some Amazing Spider-Man books. This is 249. Yes, I'm really glad to have this one. This was one on my list of books I wanted to get for 2015, 654.1. Really nice looking copy. Really glad to have it finally. This is not the first appearance of Flash as Venom. That's in 654 proper, but it's his first adventure, I guess, as Venom. So that's pretty cool. Fantastic Four 338. The only reason I got this, and this is going back to my Death's Head kick, this is, you can see it says guest starring Death's Head. Unfortunately, he didn't get a cover appearance, but Death's Head's in this, and I believe, I'm pretty sure this is his first appearance in the Marvel Universe proper, outside of the Marvel UK. Someone correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure this is his first appearance in the Marvel Universe. So cool to have if you are a Death's Head fan, and I think I've established that I am. This is Marvel Team Up 55. This was great at 6.5. I guess I agree with that. It's a little dirty. White's got some little soot on it, I guess. But really cool book to have. This is the first appearance of two of the gems, two of the Infinity Gems. I don't think they named them in this. It's the yellow one and the purple one. I think the purple one's reality, and the yellow one is, or the yellow one's reality. I don't know. Either way, it's the first appearance of those two gems. And then later on in Avengers, another Avengers annual, that's considerably more expensive, is when the rest of the other three gems appear for the first time. But this is the first appearance of two of the 6 gems. So I feel like the Infinity Gauntlet, it's a I would say key Infinity Gauntlet book. Amazing Fantasy 16, first appearance of Death's Head 3.0, who really, I like. I mean, the design's okay, but the book is kind of lame. I mean, it doesn't have Death's Head personality, so it's only really Death's Head in name. So, if I wasn't such a fan of the character and wanted to get more about his history, I probably would have passed on this, because it really doesn't, even though it was written by the original creator, it just doesn't resemble Death's Head at all in character or, design. And then another Amazing Spider-Man, number 343. Web of Spider-Man, number 2. Funny thing about this is I was at my comic shop the other day, not the other day, what am I saying? The other week, a few weeks ago. I was looking through the dollar bins, and I think I had picked up a Spectacular Spider-Man book, like an older one, and the guy mentioned how he was gonna probably start taking out, or not putting early Web of Spider-Man in the dollar bins. And I don't know if this is the same for like all comic shops, but this guy was saying he's not going to put Web of Spider-Man in dollar bins because he's finding a lot of people grab those. I guess trying to complete a Spider-Man series on the cheap. So he feels like they're getting more popular, and it'd be more worthwhile for him to charge a little bit more for them. Which, I guess I understand from a business perspective. But just a word to the wise, be on the lookout for early Web of Spider-Man. I don't know if that same thought is going around to all comic book owners, or if it's just the guy in my shop is a little weird, admittedly. So yeah. And then we got Amazing Spider-Man Back in Quack. I had an extra like $4 just to throw around with my credit, so I picked this one up. I really like the Scotty Young cover, and I thought it was pretty weird. And then we got Dragon's Claws number 3. This is I'm not a fan of Dragon's Claws. I got this because it was one of the possible first appearances of Death's Head. Death's Head first appeared in, I believe his first appearances in like a comic book is Transformers UK 113, and I got that. His other first appearance, or book that could be his first appearance, is like a one-page strip that appeared in a lot of Marvel UK books before Transformers 113, so that Marvel could stake their claim on Death's Head and then put him into Transformers, and then Hasbro couldn't say like, well, you made him in Transformers, so since his first appearance is in Transformers, he's our character. So they did like a one page short just to claim that, just to say like, this is ours, we own him. Let me crack this guy open and show you what I mean. And this was one of the books. This is the only book I could confirm had this one-page short on the back. I'm sure there is, if it appeared in more Marvel UK books, I'm sure it's if Death's Head ever became hot, I'm sure there's like another book that has him, this one-page short on the back that is harder to get, that would be more desirable for like a complete Death's Head collection. But I can't find a list of what books had this on the back, so I do not know. The other thing I don't understand is that this is number 3, right? And then the Dragon's Claws introduction of Death's Head, where he's on the cover, is in Dragon's Claws number 5 or 6. And it just doesn't make sense to me, that the timeline for when Transformers 113 came out. If this came before that, then there was only, and the Transformers book was weekly, but I'm pretty sure Death's Head appeared in Transformers for a couple of months. So I don't know which one came first. I don't know. It's hard trying to figure out. I wish someone had a list of where that short, what other books it appeared on. But anyway, that's why I got this one. Long story short. And then we got Amazing Spider-Man Ace Edition number 3 it's reprinting number 3. Like these Ace Editions, this was a cool one that was pretty cheap. And this next book is another one that was on my list of books I wanted to get in 2015. The white variant of Amazing Spider-Man 400. So happy to have this finally. And it is a great looking copy. So the weird thing on this is, I mean, I paid a premium on this, but it was credit, so I wasn't too worried about it. They marked this as a 7.5, and I think this was like $40. I can't remember right now, but I was gonna get an 8.5 one. That was an extra $30. It was $70 for an 8.5. I was like, I'm pretty sure a 7.5 on MyComicShop is not going to be that much of a drastic difference. So I went for it, and I'm pretty happy with it. It says up there 7.5. Yeah, I'm really happy with it. So glad to have that finally. Another one off the list of books I wanted to get in 2015. Then we got Sensational Spider-Man 31, Spider-Man Evolution of an Icon. These last two are from a buddy of mine at work. I traded him a Hulk paperback for these. This one, Evolution of an Icon, came with a giant size Marvel Legends Spider-Man. So it's cool to have that, since I they clearly don't sell the toy anymore, and I don't feel like plunking down 50, 60, $70 on the toy. Nor do I really have room for it. I've got so many toys. Amazing Fantasy number 7. This was a cheap one. Just needed to fill up some of the credit. I suppose I could have saved some of the credit I didn't need to spend on books, but I am impulsive and I wanted to spend it all. So I got Amazing Fantasy number 7, first appearance of the new Scorpion. They don't use her anymore. She was kind of hinted at being half daughter, or a daughter of the Hulk. So, still need to have. Amazing Spider-Man 244. This is nothing. It's just an early appearance of Hobgoblin. Cool to have. Amazing Spider-Man 390. This is a unenhanced variant for the issue. Not easy to find in the wild, so I thought I'd grab it while I could. A little battery warning on my phone, so I'll try to go through these a little quicker. Avengers first Sunburst edition. I didn't have this in my 2015 books. I wanted to get the Amazing Spider-Man Sunburst, but I did want this for a while, so I'm glad to have it. Web of Spider-Man 129, the final issue. Avengers number 4, the Ace edition. Love that John Cassidy cap on the cover. Astonishing X-Men number 6. This is another. This is I think the first full appearance of Sword and Abigail Brand. But I'm not entirely sure on that because the issue starts off with the X-Men being surrounded by Nick Fury and Abigail Brand, so she might have been on the end of the last issue. So yeah. Inhuman number 1. Never see number 1 when I look for it in the store, so thought I'd pick it up. Iron Man 219. This is first appearance of Ghost. I think Ghost is one of, if not the most interesting Iron Man villain. Iron Man's Rogues Gallery kind of sucks, but the Ghost is one of the few shining spots in that Rogues Gallery. And this is his first appearance. Incredible Hulk Future Imperfect. First appearance of Maestro. Sensational Spider-Man 0, the unenhanced variant. Really happy to have this. Really happy to have this. I didn't know this book even existed. I was not even really sure. I haven't seen it on eBay. Then after I bought it, I looked at some sold listings, and there were a couple in the past, 6 months that have shown up. They go pretty quickly. I see this. I hardly ever see this on active eBay listings. I see the unenhanced variant of Amazing 400 way more often than this, and that one people try to sell that for like $30. And this one, when people try to sell it, it goes for like $2 or something. But I think it's way rare. I got it off MyComicShop. I had it on my want list for a while, and it popped up one day, and I immediately picked it up. It's hard it was hard for me to tell if it existed or not. I wasn't sure what I was going to get when it came in the mail because like I said, I didn't see it on eBay, never saw it in the store. Don't remember if I saw it when the book originally came out. And MyComicShop has an image of it, but Mile High Comics has it says newsstand variant, but it shows the same image of the enhanced variant. So I didn't know if the newsstand variant was actually just a newsstand barcode of the enhanced version. So I wasn't sure if this actually was real or not. Super glad to have it because I hate looking at that lenticular cover if you've ever seen the enhanced version. I like seeing just the image of Spider-Man, so really happy to have that. If you ever see that, I would pick it up because I never see that. And then I got Rocket Raccoon number 1. That was only like $30. I was surprised. I think Rocket's cooling down a bit. Amazing 276, and the last one, Amazing 278. Again, so happy that I was able to use all that credit for hardcovers and trades that I didn't really want anymore, and put them into some solid single issues that I've been looking for. Thanks for watching, guys. I think that's all I have right now. Um, don't know when I'm gonna have another haul. Hopefully, I get to. I've been trying to see if there's like New England conventions around, but it seems slim pickings, and the weather kind of sucks around here. So, I'm trying to stay off the roads while there's snow all over the place. But yeah, keep looking, keep hunting, search those dollar bins, and talk to you all later.